Say that.
Yes, we can say that we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Stardust Show, powered by W.O.R.K.S. I have the privilege of sharing the stage tonight with my co-host, Philippa. Philippa, over to you.
Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm really happy to be here to share this platform with the wonderful Marina Nani on Radio W.O.R.K.S.
Wow,
So,
Philippa, we've been meeting on and off on stage, on real life, and I think I always feel your energy going to the roof. And I know you've been nominated for the Stardust Awards. I can't wait to share again the stage at the Royal Court Hotel with you. We've been there last year, but this year is going to be better, and the room is going to be so full of love. So we were talking before, and I asked you, what is your secret? What makes you get younger? Look at you, you're just incredible. You look 20 years younger than last time I met you. So tell us, what is your secret?
thank you for that, Marina. Well, my secret really has been whereby I've learned to love myself and really appreciate who I am. So, therefore, that's starting to reflect on the outside. So, I feel youthful, I feel energetic, I feel excited about the future.
Wow. So I know some of our listeners know your story. Some of our listeners perhaps read your book, and you are going to give us the details or we could find the book again. But what are the three top challenges you experience for you to become this extraordinary person you are, this woman on a mission to bring inner peace? Well, what had happened in your life that made you think enough is enough? Now is my time.
Well, the top three challenges I've had in the past, and I will say the past, is that I didn't realize that I didn't love myself. And so therefore, I unknowingly was inviting different characters into my life that really wasn't conducive to me. But at the time, I didn't realize that. So when I came to a point in my life, it was very dark. And when I say very dark, it was like I couldn't see a way out. And I was trying to find a way out, but just couldn't see that way out. And it was only one day when I spoke to a friend and I shared with her my very darkest moment, one friend I had. And I said to her, this is how I feel. And she mentioned to me about whether I had read a book by an author called Ileana Van Zandt. And that's when my journey started. And that was in the 1990s. I took her advice and I got some books from Ileana Van Zandt and I read her books. When I read the books, it was something that it struck something in me that I hadn't done for ages, and that was like 5 years prior to that, since I actually picked up a book and read it. And it ignited something within me that I loved reading as a child, and I hadn't done that for 5 years. So when I read that book, it just sparked something within me saying, this is what was being missing from your life. So the way that made me feel reading that particular book, I vowed one day that I would write a book and help someone else who needed the help, needed that guidance, help them to feel the way I felt when I read that book. And that was enlightened, uplifted me. It was so powerful. The other challenge that I had was that I found that I had to look after my mother, and that was for about 4 years. I had to look after her because in 2012 we found out that she had Alzheimer's. So that was another journey that I just didn't know what was lying in front of me. But it being my mother, I just felt that we need to support her, and that's what I did. And that's a journey of the unknown, because this person who once was supporting me, who was my support network, was no longer there. She was there physically, but the mental side of it was not there. So I missed the times that we would spend hours on the phone talking, and then she'd be telling me, "Oh, Phil, what are you doing that for?" Because she used to call me Phil for short. And also just generally sharing things that we did, good times when we was growing up and so forth. And it was like the rug has been taken on from under my feet because I was no longer able to have these conversations with her. So it was like a reverse thing now. I was looking after her. So I had to put her needs forward. And that's what I did. And it's like I threw myself into the deep end when I did this because I just forgot everything else. And my main goal was to make her happy and comfortable the best way I could. And so that also led to me actually not really paying attention to my family the way I should do, and my immediate family, my children. They took a second step, they looked behind her. And I realized that, you know, it wasn't fair on them. Put things in place in order to bring them back in the forefront because they were actually my immediate responsibility. So that took me on a journey, and then also on a journey of where I just felt like I still wasn't meeting the goals and what I wanted to meet. There was something still missing from within me. So I had to really find what that was. And it was like surrounding myself with the right people. And that's where I became involved with meeting such wonderful people as yourself, Marina, and Cheryl Chapman, Marion Bevington, and just being around like-minded people. And that continued to give me the strength to help me grow. And really has been a wonderful experience. And my journey's just starting.
I love that. I love the fact that you realize that actually you did not even scratch the surfaces of who you are. And your book, which I absolutely love, and is called Love Yourself and Be Yourself. It is your story, and it is my story. The way you look at life now is very different than perhaps even a couple of hours ago, because you are growing all the time and you are this amazing energy being, and you master your own abundance, your own gift, that gift that was given to you. And I know you are helping a lot of people. I know you are passionate about creating a winning formula for your clients and helping them grow into the person who can be themselves and love themselves. And I just wonder, in your own opinion, what comes first, love yourself or be yourself?
I think you've got to love yourself first. Love who you are. And that means like going into the mirror and saying, I love the way I look. I love the way my hair is, my eyes. I love me. Because some people find that very hard to do. It's not necessarily an easy thing that someone can do, everyone can do, because sometimes it may be based on the blueprint of where they've been brought up. And that can have a detrimental effect on people, what they think about themselves. So it's like you've got to rewrite the past. But when you rewrite the past, things start to change in your life and you start to love yourself, you know, whether you're tall, skinny, fat, whatever it is in your own eyes, you accept yourself to where you are in life. And once you start to accept that and take responsibility for the way you look, because no one else can change you apart from yourself.
So
Definitely is a way of moving forward, loving yourself.
yes, so looking at yourself with a fresh pair of eyes and thinking, I love who I am. I love the fact that I'm here right now.
Excuse me.
You are wanted, and that's okay. You know, who doesn't want you? You are so
I'll tell them they need to.
contagious. And I wonder, what do you think are your top three wins since you started the journey? Because asking you about challenges, perhaps you have to write another book about all the challenges you had to overcome. But what are, in your own opinion, the top three wins since you started this journey? And I know you are just at the beginning, but the top three wins, please.
The top three wins I will say is that It's really like reinventing myself. I've been reinventing myself, and that's a win-win for me because it's maybe where I am today, and it's going to take me further. So it's been investing in myself in many ways. Also, writing my book has been a really phenomenal thing because it's just reminded me that I can actually do something. Because when you lack self belief, it stops you from doing so many things. And I just stopped myself from doing this for so many years. And I decided, no, I'm going to do it. And the third top thing that really resonates with me really well is the fact that I'm being a great example for my children. Now, they've realized that it doesn't matter what you go through in life, you can still come out on the top. And it just takes a few steps, making a decision, and just starting to work with the universe. And it's amazing what could happen.
Wow. But you know what I'm thinking, Philippa? Or no, can I call you Phil? You know what I'm thinking, Phil? I'm thinking that you are the universe. You created this magnificent place in your life where your children, you have 7 children. They
Yes, I
they are
do.
your best friends. They are looking up to you. But when they look at you, they see you because you shared with them your heart, and you've been always thinking that yes, this is the truth and hurts, but I have to embrace my truth. I have to become my inner teacher. So I know um, you've been learning about what is available. You've been learning about other people, but I think what you really mastered is the art and science of being you, because you you become this extraordinary woman on a mission that it's unstoppable. You know, it's almost like I'm contaminated with your beauty. I feel better when I'm in your presence. I feel that we could conquer the world. I feel we could create another planet, you know. So everything seems possible because of your great energy and because of your love for yourself and for other people. And quite rightly, I feel I'm thinking now, I don't think I've been able to love anyone before I start loving myself. It's almost like you speak a different language. Unless you love yourself, it's very hard to understand another person, let alone to love them. So, what is exciting in your life right now? I know you have a radio show, you wrote the book, oh my God, what else is happening? Give us the breaking news.
I'm really excited, Marina, to actually come to the Spa Awards on the 18th and 19th of November. Really looking forward to this. And who knows from there where that's going to take me. Just the experience and being amongst other people, who have achieved so many things. And just being in that environment can be so electrifying. And it will be. So I could actually feel the energy of it already. And I've got quite a few things in place coming in 2018. What I'm doing right now, I'm planting the seeds. So when you plant the seeds, that's what you will reap later on. You don't know when, but just keep planting the seeds. That's what I'm doing at the moment.
You know, Phil, I'm thinking now, yes, we are planting the seeds because we are genius farmers. We are this family of genius farmers. We wake up early, we believe in the seeds we plant, we get our hands dirty, we make sure they have the right, amount of oxygen and water, and we make sure they grow into this bearing fruit trees, because it's so easy to plant seeds and forget about them or step on them. But what we do is very different. We believe that every single seed could become a fruit bearing tree. And you are exceptionally good at planting the seeds and taking care of your seeds, turning them into your own reality, producing your own reality. And I'm so impressed with your journey, because you by yourself, you become your inner teacher. I know you've been inspired by other people, but actually, you took the journey all by yourself and you thought, you know what? I got this. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it better. And you are a massive inspiration to me personally and for our listeners. want to get in touch with you, please get in touch with Phil. She is just absolutely a force of nature, a force of good. So what could our listeners could connect with you? Of course, they are all invited to come to the red carpet because this is where we meet our best friends. So what else could they meet you before the Stardust Awards?
They can connect with me on Facebook, Philippa Gittins, or they can connect with me on my website, which is www.philippagittins.com. And also, I'm on Twitter and LinkedIn, Philippa Gittins. So you'll
Phil,
find me there. I'm on the social media platforms.
yes, Phil, before you go, I know you are very busy. Perhaps you have dinner to share. You have to have a lot of laughter and love to share tonight. So, what is your key message for our listeners tonight?
My key messages for the listeners tonight is to keep believing in yourself. Never give up on your goals and dreams because there's no time scale for you to achieve it. Once you believe that you can do this, the universe will provide people, situations, money, everything in order to make it a reality in your life one day. You just have to learn to let go of control and let it just flow. You know, like when the river is flowing, just let it flow, let the energy flow instead of going upstream against it. Just let it flow and let go of control, as I said. And you'll be amazed what can manifest in your life. It's like magic, absolute magic. It's like stardust.
Wow, Philippa, it's so beautiful. And you know, I have to say this: the miracle we've been waiting for is here already. You are the miracle, and you are stardust. From both of us until next time, remember, you are stardust. Goodbye. Lots of
Thank
love.
you.
Love
Bye
you.
bye then.
Love you so much. Goodbye.
Love you too. Bye bye.